Our love isn't absent problems, but it sure is absent drama. You deserve this kind of love. Unfiltered Heart Talks with the Dawkins.
Babe, I know we're going to mention this later on down because we stress this a lot. People might be thinking that we're the couple that are we're trying to break relationships apart. We are not. We just understand how detrimental toxic relationships can be for you personally. And especially if children are involved, innocent, cute, little chubby cheek children, it is bad for them as well because children are like little sponges. And I want you all to know we are not saying that people should leave their relationship at the first sign of trouble because every relationship has problems. We say, our relationship is not absent problems, but it is absent drama. Problems are inevitable. Drama is what you fuel into, you cultivate. And when a child has to absorb that, oh God, man, it's not good for them. And I'm speaking from a place of knowing how impressionable young minds are. So we're not saying leave at the first sign of trouble. They're going to come. But we are saying if the relationship has turned into a cycle of dysfunction, not one or two problems here or there, but a repetitive, high conflict, toxic environment. At that point, staying does not protect the children. It only conditions them. And babe, a lot of times, we had this one video that I think that video received the most comments when we said, if they say it once or twice, you should leave. Leaving does not mean that you're unwilling to work out problems. Leaving does not mean that you're a wuss and you cannot have a solid relationship. Leaving means, in this case, that you're no longer willing to forfeit peace just to pretend that everything looks good, just to have that two-parent family home. You shouldn't sacrifice. You should never have to sacrifice peace just to keep that nuclear image, because in the long term, it's only detrimental.
People need to understand that if you're in a toxic relationship and you are willing to do the work to fix the relationship and the other party is not, then you are not responsible for to fix someone else's dysfunction.
No.
And you must understand that when kids are involved, and this is what I wish a lot of people, especially some of the things that I see happening here, people need to understand that when kids are involved, it's no longer about you.
It's no longer about you.
It is about the
child
children
or the children, yes.
And so if the environment, if you have the spirit of discernment, and discernment, I know as Christians we always try to spiritualize discernment, but discernment is not necessarily spiritualized.
Sometimes literally common sense.
Sometimes literally common sense.
Yes.
It's the ability to see hidden traps, hidden doors, or hidden destruction that underlying issues. So if you are able to see that me staying, trying to work, but this person is unwilling
to,
is going to create that continuous toxic pattern.
That is not long term. It's not going to be good for
long
the children.
term. It's not going to be good for the children, and children don't deserve to be in a relationship where love is loud and always apologetic. They deserve a healthy environment, stable environment where their where they can grow up seeing that love, portrayed through their parents. They want to see mommy and daddy kissing, mommy and daddy learning how to resolve issues as mature individuals, working through their differences. The toxicity that you're going to have in a relationship where two people is just at each other's throat all the time, it's not good. And people need to realize that. And you always have to make the better choice for the children. It's not about you anymore.
Absolutely. I am thinking about this one young man who told me, I remember I was at this place where, as I said many times in other videos, it was during the litigation phase. There's a lot of waiting where when it comes to custody battles, and I was broken, not because I was confused as to whether I wanted to leave this toxic person or this toxic dynamic, but because I wanted my children to have that perfect 2-parent home.
Right.
But when I expressed that to that young man, he looked at me and said, "Don't worry about that." And I was thinking, it's weird coming from a person that's in a 2-parent home. Like, it's easy for you to say, I want my children to have this. He's like, don't worry about that. I wish my parents left each other. And this is coming from a person that's in their mid-20s that is still affected and witnessing the drama that their parents go through.
And that cycle continued.
And it continues. And he said, I wish they would just leave. Like, I wish my mom would just leave him.
Right.
I wish he would just walk away, just leave.
Right.
Just stop the cycle, because it's affecting me even at this late age.
Right.
So imagine it's indelibly etched in that young man. And if he's not conscious about ensuring that this cycle does not repeat in his relationships, he's gonna create the same toxic cycle. He has to be willing to see that this is what happened. It was not fair. I'm going to unlearn all of that. So when I pursue a relationship, I can experience peace.
Right.
Our love isn't absent problems, but it sure is absent drama. You deserve this kind of love. Unfiltered Heart Talks with the Dawkins.